And normal day trading, it's hard to make money with normal day trading, especially if you're living off it. Like imagine if you need to pay school fees, your bond, your vehicle installment, your insurance, your domestic worker, your groceries, all those things add up. If you have 50k, as soon as you make profit, you need to spend that profit.
Expenses now.
You have to spend that profit. Everybody knew that I had this big business and I had money and I had all these cars and I was doing well for myself. Behind the scenes, I'm broke.
From trading, and I'm crazy,
broke.
man.
I literally have nothing to my name. My mother doesn't even know. She thinks I just told her I'm trading and I have this trading company and I'm fine. I'm in such a deep hole here that if I don't do something, I'm gonna lose everything. Eventually, the banks, they're already taking my vehicles away. I had 7 vehicles. They already started taking all my vehicles away. I'm hiding my other vehicles so they don't repossess it. I'm quickly changing ownership of the vehicle so they don't take it.
But Forex, I can make what a person is earning for the whole month. I can make it in a day. But it depends on the skill that you're actually learning from Forex. So I feel that's a key. It's actually something everyone should actually learn how to do, because it's a skill that no one can take away from you. Once you know how to trade, it's something you can pass on to your children and generations thereafter, and they can make money no matter what the circumstance is. So I believe Forex will always be the future.
Hey, what's up, traders? Welcome back to Traders Room South Africa, the best trading channel in the country. If it is your first time on the channel, I really appreciate you guys coming onto the channel. If it is not your first time, thank you for tuning back in, So you guys have been asking for the interview series, and we are continuing with the My Journey series, Before we get into the episode, I'd like to give a big shout out to the partner and sponsor of the channel, Octa. I will talk about them later on in the video, So a big shout out to the guys all the way from Durban. We have Jay and Dre from FxWarroom, So I think it's best if they introduce themselves, but the guys came all the way from Durban just to share their journey. And guys, thank you for the invite. I really appreciate you inviting us.
Likewise.
To be here as well.
Yeah.
Awesome, brothers. How has it been this side? You guys have been doing a lot of work in terms of shooting podcasts. How's it been this side?
Yeah, so we launched a podcast, I think maybe about a year ago. This is our first year running.
Right.
It's called Warroom Talk. It's Forex based. When we started trading, we looked up to you guys because you're the OGs of the industry. So because of watching your YouTube videos, obviously we took up trading. We got the interest into trading, doing research on YouTube, taking inspiration from your podcast, trying to launch our own podcast.
Yeah.
So we are up in Johannesburg. We're shooting a whole lot of podcasts, making a season 2 series. So I think over this 4 days, we're shooting 16 podcasts.
16 podcasts.
Yeah. 4 days.
4
Damn.
days. Crazy.
Nah, that's crazy. Also appreciate you, shouting out the channel. It's actually crazy how the internet works, One moment you're watching someone, talk about this Forex thing. Next thing we're in one room sharing a conversation.
Exactly.
Bro, when we first started,
never thought that was
when we
even
first
gonna happen,
started, we used to talk about this. We're like, bro, one day when we make it, we need to be on Trader Room.
Yeah.
This and that.
That's crazy, man. All right, traders. So before we continue with the rest of today's episode, I'd like to give a big shout out to the sponsor and partner of the channel, Octa, right? So Octa is a broker that is licensed and regulated in South Africa. I will put their FSP license right over here on the screen. And I have been trading with them for a couple of months right now. So Octa offers over 300 different trading instruments that you guys can trade, whether you are trading gold, any sort of cryptocurrency, Forex pair, anything, they do have it. So make sure that you do use my promo code right over here on the screen. And I will put the link down in the description or the very first comment. They also do offer withdrawals from 2 minutes to an hour. You guys have seen in the previous videos. I have received withdrawals from them. So a big shout out to Octa, and make sure that you guys do enjoy the rest of the episode. Cheers. And I think that's the reason why I started this platform, just so that we can meet up people with like-minded people like ourselves who are into trading. So yeah, I think we can kick start the conversation. And yeah, man, make sure that you guys do tap into their episodes. When are you guys planning on dropping?
We have a few episodes out. I think 6 episodes already launched. But we should start dropping from next week.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Season 2.
Yeah.
Now we'll definitely link your stuff in the description.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, gents. So let's start off from when you guys started trading. How did you guys find out about trading? You know, one of you can start, you know, and share the journey.
Let me do that.
Jay? Yeah.
So I got married young. So I wasn't really, how can I say, I deleted all social media. Instagram, Facebook, things like that. So I wasn't exposed to Forex influences on social media. And I was running a business, and one of the guys that worked for me, he was into trading. And his brother, younger brother, got into UKZN. Not UKZN, UCT. And he had a bursary there, and he was always up in UCT. And he wasn't so well off to do. And one of the vacations that he came down back home, and he had like new iPhones, new MacBooks. You know, he was really balling with stuff. So when I asked him how could he afford all these things, then he said no, he started trading, and he was trading with Deriv at the moment, at that time. And because he had 100% bursary, he was taking his allowance and stuff,
Yeah.
and he was funding his account and trading. And I think in over like a 6-month period, he made like 250,000 rand.
250,000 rand. Okay.
And that was like the first time I heard about Forex trading. I didn't even know what it was. So I asked him about it, and then he showed me MetaTrader 5. I just downloaded MetaTrader 5. He showed me how to buy and sell. I didn't even know what I was doing. You know when you open a position on MT5, and then when you click close, it opens up on a separate page that has like a heart monitor thing.
Yeah.
So I used to trade on that.
So when was this?
This was in, I think, just after COVID, maybe 2020.
Oh, all right.
So I was exposed to that in 2020. And I used to just enter buy, and then market goes up, close it, randomly enter sell, just wait. If it drops down, close it. That's all I knew about trading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from this one friend who basically visited you guys, you learned all that information, you know?
Yeah, but he was like gatekeeping. He knew how to trade. He was making money, but he just like set you up at MT5 and then just left me.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what I was doing. I felt like it was gambling. So I did it for a while, and then I just like forgot about it.
Yeah, because you weren't exposed to social media at that time.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. I just knew MT5. He even opened a Deriv account for me, and I was just trading volatility 75, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, awesome. And then on your side, how did you first get introduced to trading?
So with me it's completely different. Like I had a job, but in school, I'll start off from school. I did shit, bro. Seriously. In school I wasn't so good with academics. So I managed to pass matric. Just like
scraping through.
Scraped it, brother.
Yeah.
But when I passed matric, got to a point where obviously I have to go to college. I couldn't afford it because I grew up with a single parent, was my mother. So there wasn't enough funds for me to actually, go to college and stuff like that. So I started straight off into jobs that were like underpaying, really bad, bro. But there was just one thing that I always wanted, was a box, Goshes.
Oh, yeah, 325.
Always wanted one of those cars. So carried on working small jobs, and that was the thing that I always wanted. It was a little thing. So carried on from there, and as I carried on, I ended up with jobs that I'm talking about. Where I started off was from like a handy guy. I was doing electrical.
Yeah.
Went to auto electrical. From there, jumped into being a handy guy for someone that was a mechanic.
All right.
Someone that says, pass my tools, you give him a spanner 13, 14. Shit
It's like job shadowing someone who's a mechanic.
Brother. So from there, it was just a bit rough, and then I ended up getting a job where I was part of an import-export company, but very small. From there, I went to a supervisor. From a supervisor, you must remember something. I was never able to go to college, so I have no qualifications for what I am currently doing.
Yeah.
So, import-export supervisor, but because I was so good at what I was doing from supervisor, gradually I went up to manager. From manager, I was running Johannesburg, Durban, Richards Bay for import-export for explosives for the mines.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bro. So things were looking all right at the time. But you see, when COVID hit, they started tapping off people that were getting like highest pay at the time because I was the manager of the branch around the area. I was tapped off first. So when I was tapped off first, there was a point where I was in shit because basically I got to where I was with no qualification
Yeah.
based off my skill. So if I had to apply for a job after that to where I was in the industry at the time, I couldn't get it because people wanted to see your qualification.
True.
It's not just skill. They don't want to see, okay, you've been there for 5 years. No. They want to see what qualification do you have that we can prove to the people that you are qualified for the job. So at that time, I was like stuck. I had money, obviously because I was working prior. I had money, but I didn't know whether to further my education or try something else. And at that time, I saw trading. And I think Jay, he started trading before me. So I always used to see his like his stories, statuses. I always used to see Bitcoin, US30s, like floating profit, 7,000 per trade, 10,000 per trade. So I hit him up and I was like, bro,
Yeah. So
what you doing, you know?
yeah.
And that's from there he told me, you know what, come see me by my office. Let's link up. I'll show you something. But I never had the time to actually go there to him.
Yeah.
But I let him run through the rest because it'll gel in eventually, you know?
Yeah. So I have a quick. How do you guys know each other? Because you said you.
We're childhood friends, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
childhood
Way
friends.
back.
We grew up from a young
Yeah.
age, bro, together.
I was there when he bought his first box.
Yeah.
It was a shit box.
Shit, bro.
It was fucked.
I had no money, bro. I'm telling
Bro,
you.
but he did it up to something
I
special.
had
bro.
no money, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I literally, it was my dream car, but when I finally purchased it, I think I bought a 325 box shape for like 35,000.
I remember that
85.
day.
And as soon as I bought it, I drove it straight to Amjad.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
said, hey, bro, look at my car. And he was like, why you bought this?
Yeah.
It was bad, bro. No hood lining, interior
Yeah,
fucked. Things was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that's awesome, Jen. So
But he worked hard and he did every single thing and it turned out to be like showroom condition, bro.
showroom. Yeah. And this was prior Forex, you know? Was it before Forex or?
This was just at the time. Like in the beginning. But I really didn't know what I was doing at the time. But that's when I finally purchased my first vehicle, you know, when I just got into it. Yeah.
All right, Jen. So I have a question now. So you guys start your trading journey. For you, Jay, you start your trading journey, and how do you now transition to actually wanting to learn more about the charts, like proper information to actually, you know, start your trading journey? Because you said the guy who introduced you just showed you MT5 and he just left it there.
Yeah.
So what was the next step for you?
So it was like gambling for me. So I didn't like it so much, so I like stopped. And the guy that introduced me into Forex, his brother used to work for me in my warehouse, at a
Right.
fabric warehouse. So, you know, he was constantly trading, and sometimes he used to do trades where he's making like 40 grand, 50 grand. And the guys in the warehouse used to be celebrating, and I'm thinking like, this guy is taking such a small money, such a small amount to such a large amount. He's making like 3 months salary in like one day. There's something here.
Yeah.
So because he was working with me and we had a better relationship, he obviously was showing me the ins and outs of trading. We started using like Trading View. He showed me the basics of how to use analysis, support, resistance, things like that. But it wasn't really much. And I also started trading and I was mainly losing money. Well, I didn't speak about this before, but I linked up my business credit card.
Oh,
I
no.
think, yeah, my business credit card
I remember that.
to my trading account. So I was trading there and I was funding and blowing, but I was like loading 10K here, 10K there. And then before you know it, you're like 60, 70 grand down.
Oof. And
You know-
10K is a lot as you starting off.
Yeah, but I was trading like big amounts. Like after I was even loading 100,000 and stuff and trading but making money and losing money. Not really profitable. Just dabbling. It was just like gambling. I don't know what I was doing. And we joined a few signal groups. You know, that doesn't work. You know how it goes with signal groups.
Yeah.
And then I learned about affiliate marketing at the same time. So because I run a business, I never ever had a job. I always ran businesses.
A traditional business.
Yeah, I had a fabric warehouse, but
Yeah.
my family comes from running businesses. I wasn't brought up to have a 9-to-5 job. That was never on the table at all. So when I heard about affiliate marketing and things like that you can make money from a broker, I didn't know there was like affiliate links and things like that. So when I learned about that, I said, okay, let's dabble into that. Maybe we can turn that into a business.
Yeah.
And I can fund my trading account instead of, using my credit card.
Yeah.
So we started a small company called Trading Nation Capital within the fabric warehouse. At the back office, we opened up a office there, and we started dabbling into trading.
All right.
And then we decided to have like a small seminar, but not a seminar for like strategies or signals or anything like that. We didn't know what we were doing, but we knew how to use MetaTrader. We knew how to use Trading View. We knew how to open a trade, close a trade. What's a stop loss? What's a TP? What's a lot size? So what we wanted to do is teach people how to get into trading using the proper platforms, how to use the tools. So it was an introduction to trading seminar. It wasn't about anything else.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. And I think that's where I think I even invited you for that seminar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
We
you
ran ads in a newspaper. We made out flyers. We used to go around in the industrial area and stand outside and wait for people to leave work and hand out flyers, bro.
Yeah.
To come for the seminar and things like that. And then when a few guys started signing up and we built a small community when it comes to trading, then people started asking me questions about trading, like technical analysis and this and that, and I couldn't answer them because I didn't know myself.
Yeah.
So I took up a course called Wise Trade, and that's where my technical analysis education came from. It was like a 6 months course, online course that I did, and at the end of it, I got a certificate, a trader certificate, and then I also found out about Forex influences and things like that.
Yeah.
And my the first person that I started following was Clint Fester.
Clint Fester.
FX.
FX.
Right.
From Cape Town.
From Cape Town.
All right.
So I bought his course at that time. I think it was like 10K. So I bought his course. Nothing bad came from it. It was a good course,
Yeah.
just for like pure technical analysis. And that's where I got my basic information from. And then later on from that, I don't know if you heard of Mashaya 714 method.
Oh yeah. I've seen him.
Right. So Mashaya and I come from the same town in Kwaduguza.
All right.
So when I opened up this company and I was advertising it in the newspaper and stuff, at the same time he opened up an office in the same town. So he was driving around looking for my office, trying to see which scammer is in town. And I was, he had a poster, like you have these bridges where people like put adverts on they stick
Yeah,
adverts on
I
the
know.
bridge. So he had an advert there saying that he has Foxy Group office, trading office, whatever. So I saw that and I was like, who's this scammer in town?
Yeah.
So I went to him acting as if I don't know anything about Forex to see like whether he's really a scammer or what's happening. And when I spoke to him, I realized that, this guy has a lot of knowledge in trading, actually way more than what I have learned. And it's completely different to what I learned.
Yeah.
So I approached him. I told him, you know what, can you come through to my warehouse? I also have a Forex company that I'm starting, but it's more affiliate marketing, but I want you to come through and mentor myself and my
Your
small
team.
team. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he pulled through. He charged me 12 grand at
12?
that time. Yeah, 12 grand, bro.
Can I ask, before you go anywhere,
Yeah.
man, I feel like you just learned about this thing and you literally threw everything you had into it. I want to ask, man,
Yeah.
in terms of your risk appetite, you learned about this Forex thing, and most people aren't willing to invest, the amount of money you invested in education, and it seems like you were just willing to give out so
Bro,
much.
At the time, I was running my business and I was making a lot of money. So for me, it wasn't a lot of money to spend.
Yeah.
So when I was funding large amounts. When it came to courses, I was just buying courses. For me, it was just like information that I needed to learn. You're paying
It's
school
an
fees.
investment, yeah.
But Mashaya was a pivotal point in my trading career. That's really important because at that time he was busy writing the book 714 Method. It wasn't even published.
Mm.
So I paid him the 12 grand, and he used to come and mentor me at my warehouse for 6 months straight. Every single day, he used to come to the warehouse and mentor me and teach me about proper technical analysis, how the market moves, he teach me how to trade according to time.
All right.
Time-based strategies. Time-based strategies are different compared to market analysis. I feel like technical analysis and market analysis and setups, that's for YouTube.
Yeah.
Anyone can get that for free. But the things he taught me opened my eyes to a different style of trading.
Yeah.
So he spent time with me for 6 months, and he really turned me into the trader that I am. And that's when I became a profitable trader,
All right.
just from day trading. But my pivotal moment or my breakthrough in trading, where I realized trading is something special, was we started trading fundamentals.
Fundamentals. Yeah.
So there's this one specific trade that stands out for me. Everybody knows about this trade. It's my McDonald's trade.
Yeah.
Right? So back then there was a lot of load shedding. So when we used to have load shedding, especially in our area, because there was so much like excessive load shedding, the cell phone tower batteries used to die.
Yeah.
So every time you had load shedding, there was no network. So it was like a CPI news event, and we funded our accounts. And just before the news event, there was load shedding.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't get cell reception on my phone. So we drove down to McDonald's. We connected to the free Wi-Fi.
The both of you, was he also part of it?
This is way before
Not
that.
at the time.
Okay.
There was no FxWarroom. There was no nothing.
All right.
This was a previous company. It was called Trading Nation Capital. It was something small that we started. And I did this trade on US30 with 2,500 Rand. The broker was...
All right.
I think they're running 100% drawdown bonus at that time.
All right.
So I loaded 2.5K. I took the trade on US30. I have it on video. My wife was recording me. And in a 1 minute candle, it spiked up, I think, like almost 8,000 or 9,000 pips
9,000 on US30.
on a CPI in December.
Oof.
And I took 2,500 Rand to 67,000.
67.
67,000.
In how long?
In the 1 minute, one spike.
1 minute, just one candle.
In one spike. And back then there was no bulk operations.
Yeah.
So I barcoded this thing, and I'm there and I'm trying to close it one at a time. And you can see the stress, my hands are shaking. And I wasn't even looking at the price. And then I just closed. And as soon as I closed the last one, I just looked. 67,000 Rand profit.
In profit.
From 2.5K.
200. Yo, that's crazy.
That's
man.
crazy. And that like blew my mind, because I know I'm running a business. I'm putting down hundreds of thousands. Well, I used to import fabric from China. You're paying like 2 million Rand for a container, right? It's coming down. You're supplying customers with the stock.
All right.
You're taking a risk. You don't know whether they're gonna pay you, right? And the profit margins are small. And here I'm taking 2,500 and making such a large amount.
75.
That's crazy. So I thought this is like a life hack. I just need to trade news. I don't even need to day trade anymore. Because before we were day trading and dabbling. Now this was like just news.
Yeah. Was that your first
My first news event.
news event?
When we first started the company, we were affiliated with. Now, you can't trade news.
Mm.
You know what happens there? They drop the leverage to 1:100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how far into your journey did this happen? Are you now 6 months into your journey, or?
Yeah, you can say that. It was my first year of trading.
Right.
Yeah, and then that's when we just started trading news events only. We even stopped day trading.
All
we
right.
just decided, okay, let's just trade NFP, CPI, PPI.
All right. Awesome.
And then the back office in at my warehouse, because we started trading news events, so a group of us, we all started putting money together, right? And we started trading these big accounts. Like Dre knows, you used to see the screenshots. We used to load 200,000.
Oh, together,
Yeah,
collectively.
We used to put our money together. We used to go to the back office. We used to call it the war room.
The war room.
Yeah, so we used to call it the war room at the
Yeah.
back office. We used to pull our money together. Everybody put their money together. We take a trade on NFP. We take a trade on CPI. We take a trade on PPI. Full margin.
Full margin.
If it blows, it blows. We used to blow like 200,000. We accumulate our money again. We load it again. We trade again. If
Yeah.
it goes into profits, because you're 5xing your money, 6xing your money,
The returns are high.
yeah,
Yeah.
you become a profitable trader instantly.
Awesome. Yeah. So we will get back into the rest of that journey and the trading style during that time. You know, so I want to go back to your side, you know, of the story.
Yeah.
How do you now then transition into trading and actually figuring this thing out? You know, because you also do have your own personal journey.
Yeah.
You did say you contacted him, and where did you go from there?
Yeah, that was a quick fast forward to that point.
Yeah.
But if you look at from the beginning, from where I was at the time before I started Forex, the thing was, growing up with a single parent,
Yeah.
I don't know for what exact reason, but I always like nice things.
I can see the
Fuck.
change, jewelry.
I always like nice things, but
You
the
never
problem was,
ever catch Dre slacking.
Yeah.
He's always
Yeah.
have brand new shoes,
you see, that's
perfect teeth,
No,
gold chains.
That's now, bro.
Cartier. No, bro, he used to always be like that from back in the day.
So
yeah.
Even when he didn't have money, he was just like that.
we had to make a plan to make the money. You know what I mean? But talk, yeah. So at the time when I was growing up, I always used to see, like, I was in normal public school, and the kids at the time at school used to come. I'm talking about like going towards grade 11 or matric time.
Yeah.
They used to come to school with their parents' cars. I'm talking like BMWs, Mercedes. At that time, I think it was brand new, was a Golf 6. It's come with Golf 6s. And you know, the guys used to like that. Yeah, they used to go for the guys. I'm checking, that's always ugly, but now what you doing with it? You know?
Because of the money
We
from the
figured it's the
parents.
money, you know? And at the time, obviously, we wanted those things, but at that point, life was different, because I mean, my friends that I had at the time were bad, bro, as well as myself. So we were looking at these kids and we used to say, you know what, it's the parents' money, and whatever the case
Yeah.
may be, we're not going to get there. But as the years went by, I wanted that, but I knew I wasn't blessed to be born with it. So we had to work a little bit harder. So at the time, as time went over and over and over, we couldn't get it, you know. I mean, as I said, I started my job. My first job I used to earn, it was 345 rand a week, bro.
A week.
I mean, you end of the month, you can't even buy a new shoe. You know what I mean? So we always wanted those nice things, and it never ever came. So eventually, fast track over me working or whatever the case may be after COVID and being
yeah.
retrenched and whatever the case may be, I heard about Forex. So with Forex, and I was seeing people's profits, but I never really, I don't know how they were doing it. So I downloaded MetaTrader on my own, and I just started playing around. I was blowing money, bro, like crazy.
What kind of money were you blowing? The money you had saved up?
No, it wasn't a lot of money.
Yeah.
When I say blow money like crazy, it was a lot of maybe 1,000 or 2,000 rand accounts. But at the time,
that time,
it was a
it's
lot of money for
money.
myself. Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was blowing accounts all the time. But eventually I sat down and I was playing around. So he invited me a few times for a seminar. He had a seminar that he had. I didn't go.
Yeah.
For some reason I was busy. I didn't go, bro. But I started dabbling around on my own. So when I was playing around, I found my own style and my own strategy in which I got into trading. So eventually when I messaged Amjad, so I used to see screenshots as I spoke earlier on,
Yeah.
where he was in profit like 7 grand, 5 grand, every single day.
And during COVID, where everyone doesn't have a job and not making money, that's a lot.
He had these screenshots of him in big profits, bro. So I used to see it, but I never ever, I asked him obviously to show me, but I never went. So eventually when I developed my own little strategy and my style of trading by losing a lot of money, obviously, but dabbling around, and eventually I got it, I started sending him screenshots of my profits, rolling profits. So I started sending him screenshots of like I used to only trade 500 Rand accounts, bro.
Or finding
So,
500 Rand.
At the time, I was trading with a broker. I won't mention the name, but I was trading with
Mention
a
the
broker
name, it's fine.
that had they had a 200% bonus account. So obviously, me putting 500 Rand at extra leverage on the account. So what I would do, with not knowing much, I would start layering trades. Like I'm giving example. I'd open a 0.05 lot at the top, as it goes in profit, retest again, another one, scaling in, and I would hold a trade basically from maybe London Open just to before New York, 500 Rand account, 7,000, 8,000.
Yeah, impressive
trade.
stuff, bro.
Just scaling in and holding.
Just scaling in, but honestly, bro, I don't know what I was doing, but I was just selling high and I was holding and I was scaling in because I was still trying to learn. And I would send him a screenshot of me basically in profit of like 3 grand for the 500 Rand account, and he'd tell me, Dre, you close the trade. There's news just now. And when he says news just now, I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
News. I said, okay, cool, but I'm holding the trade, and next thing it's selling even more. And then I'm sending him a screenshot. I'm in 10,000 Rand profit.
From $500.
Yeah. And please, we're gonna upload this.
Yeah.
Because I spoke
All the
about this before,
screenshots.
and a whole lot of people said 500 Rand to 10,000.
And it's possible,
Captain.
you know?
Yeah.
No, bro.
It is possible.
No,
I've seen him do
bro.
it.
I will show you all.
Yeah.
Trust me, man. But anyway, so yeah, so I used to send him those screenshots, and that's where he tapped into me because he used to trade big accounts.
Yeah.
But you also used to make good profit, but I used to trade small accounts and make the
Yeah.
same amount. So that's when we linked up again, because we grew up as childhood friends. But that's when we linked up again, and I asked him for advice. I said, bro, how do you trade? And he was intrigued because he asked me, how are you doing what you're doing?
Yeah.
Because
That's where we linked.
Because at that time, I was
Yeah.
trading big amounts and making like 10K, 20K. He's trading 500 Rand.
And making that amount.
So that intrigued me. And also during that time, obviously, I was scaling up as a trader, trying to learn as much as possible. And another guy that I can say mentored me, his name was Arad Singh. He was a really good fundamental trader. So he taught me how to trade news.
Yeah.
Like we trade news with margin cost, maximum lots you can open per margin, the leverage on the account. We should look for specific brokers to abuse. Like that's how we got the broker. But you know how it is with brokers now. It's almost impossible to trade or abuse a broker because they ban you. Like even that trade, that 2.5 grand to 67,000, I did that trade. Immediately after that trade, I got a love letter to say
because you did mention, I think off the podcast, that you guys have been banned from many brokers, you know.
So
Yeah.
that's why we used to call it the war room, because we used to go literally broker hopping just to abuse brokers, bro. So we started with and how it used to operate in the past. You could abuse the broker, make a lot of money trading news, and they'll send you that love letter saying that you breached the contract.
But how though?
Abusive trading.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to over leverage for a news event.
They give you that leverage, but you're not
They
allowed
say-
to over leverage.
They say
Crazy, eh?
arbitrage trading.
Yeah.
Arbitrage
watch.
trading. Abusive trading. And then they ban you. So banned me, but they used to pay us out.
Okay.
So that's how we ended up having a group, and we're calling it the War Room, because we had like 13 to 15 of us. We used to all open up trading accounts. We'll use one account at a time. That's how we used to put all our money into one account. Trade the news, get banned. Right, next person. Trade the news, get banned.
And you guys are making profit.
We're making bank, bro.
Yeah.
We're making money. And at the time, I'm running my fabric business. So trading is just like on the side. And we're making money with that. And it was nice, bro. Like we're all putting money together. We're trading. We're making profit. We're getting banned. And we're cycling through all the accounts. And until everyone got banned. Once everyone got banned, okay, now we're looking for a new broker. Looking for a new broker, see which account we can abuse, do the same thing, rinse and repeat. That's why we call it the War Room. And we were doing damage, bro.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. So during the War Room days, you know, at the back of the warehouse, what were some of the profits you guys were looking at? Because you said that you guys used to, on some days, you used to get 200K worth of funding.
So that was towards the end. At the beginning, we were funding small. Like we all were putting like 2.5 grand, 3 grand. Some people putting 5 grand. We had like a whole spreadsheet. Each person put this amount. So when you make profits, you divide it. Each person gets a percentage of the profits. That's how we were doing it.
All right.
So we started off small, and then when everyone saw we making money, they like started investing more and more. Then it went to 50 grand accounts, 100 grand accounts, and then it got to 200 grand.
And this
accounts.
from the profits.
Not necessarily just profits. People were like borrowing money and putting it into the pool. Things like that.
Yeah.
Just crazy. Anyway, the biggest trade that we had was, I remember it was, I think it was an NFP. We traded, we went full margin on, I think it was a 100K account. And it went into 450,000 and profit. And we used to do this live trading. We used to have like 10 of us in a room. We had a projector up, had the laptops on with the MetaTrader there. And imagine looking at a trade going 450,000 and in profit.
Yeah.
And I'm in charge of everybody's money. I'm the one taking
So you're the
trade.
one who's pressing the button.
Yeah. I'm going around recruiting everybody because I know I need these guys because I know my account is going to get banned. So I need them for a new account. So I recruited all these people. I told them, invest small amounts and then we'll do this thing. And then they all got greedy and everybody was putting bigger amounts. And eventually, well, that specific trade, I took the trade and it went to 450,000. And at that time, I was greedy for money. I got a big appetite for money.
Yeah.
So I said, no, fuck it. This thing is going to 1 million. We're holding this thing to 1 million. And everybody's screaming, close the trade, close the trade. And I didn't close the trade. And it pulled back fast. When it pulled back fast, I closed it, but like 180 grand profit.
Ah, man.
And that like, I'm not going to lie, that like scarred me. That's when I realized it was trading psychology because that specific time that trade happened and it pulled back and I didn't close at 450,000 and profit. That was the most I ever saw in a single trade. So every single time we traded a news event afterwards, I was scared, and as soon as it spiked up, I always closed. Because before we used to enter the trade, it used to spike up, we used to hold it and ride the wave up.
Yeah.
And then close it at as high as possible. Because we used to do analysis, put our key levels. This is going to be news. We're going to target that key level. Now when it just spikes, as soon as the first spike, I close it. And that affected my trading psychology, which I didn't know at the time what was even trading psychology. And then after COVID, my business was doing bad and I was dabbling in this Forex thing.
Yeah.
Right? So as time went on, my business was doing worse and worse and worse. So it got to a point where I decided, okay, you know what? We're doing this news event trading thing. It's really profitable. I'm making money from this news event trading thing and I'm pumping it into my fabric business to keep it alive. So I said, let me try and, close down my business. In fact, I had two warehouses, fabric warehouses, a big one in Kwaduguza and a smaller one in Isitebe. So I said, if I close down the big fabric warehouse and move all the stock to the small fabric warehouse and then open up a small office in my property. I got a property with like multiple buildings in it. So I moved one of the tenants out and I closed the big warehouse and I opened up a small trading class there.
Yeah.
And I said, I'll run the small warehouse to run my normal expenses and I'll go full time into trading. So I had a small cash flow of of money for trading, and I had a small business to cover my household expenses, and I had a property with some tenants. So I said, that'll be fine, you know?
Yeah.
And then a few months into that, the small warehouse, the guys broke into the small warehouse and they stole all the fabric stock from there. So when they stole all the fabric stock from there, that really took a hit in my trading, because now my psychology changed from using trading as an investment tool to actually trading for a living.
Yeah.
Because it's different having a business and trading, and then if you lose money, you can always pull from your business or pull from your job or pull from your other income
Yeah.
and trade. It's
True.
completely different. It's
Yeah.
much easier to trade like that.
Yeah.
When you trade for a living, it's a different ball game.
Yeah. So I want to ask you guys both a question. How important is it to have multiple streams of income other than trading? You know, on your side, do you believe that you should have more streams of income? Because you did say, you know, once you saw that, you know, you only have Forex as your stream of income, you know, the ball game completely changed, you know?
It changed to a completely different level. So let me explain properly, like my mindset at that time.
Yeah.
So I was still confident in my trading because I knew that I can make money from this news event and use it as a cash cow. But as time went by, the brokers got smarter and smarter, and they started doing off quotes and dropping leverages.
Yeah.
It became difficult to find a broker to actually make money with news. So then I had to just rely on normal day trading. And normal day trading, it's hard to make money with normal day trading, especially if you're living off it. Like imagine if you need to pay school fees, your bond, your vehicle installment, your insurance, your domestic worker, your groceries, all those things add up. And now if you make profit, you can't keep that profit to build up your capital to trade more.
Yeah.
If you have 50K, as soon as you make profit, you need to spend that profit.
Expenses now.
You have to spend that profit. So sometimes you're making profit, you're spending it. And then when you're making losses, you still got to spend. So you're spending your capital. So I had a small cash flow that started depleting slowly, slowly. And at this time, while all of this is happening, I'm not telling everyone what's happening. They still think I'm okay. Dre didn't even know how I was suffering. Like, it was bad, bro. I ended up losing every single cent of mine. I got to a point where I blew all my money, and I was only living off. I had like one tenant, and I was living off that rental income. And I was scared to tell anybody because.
Yeah, man.
And at that time when I was seeing Dre's trades where he's taking like 500 Rand to 10K and 20K, I'm thinking to myself, I need that 10K.
Yeah.
20K. So when he's sending me those screenshots, I really wanted to know like what does he know?
Yeah.
And that's how we kept on chatting every day.
All right.
So he used to drive down and come and see me and show me what he knows. And I used to show him what I know.
Yeah.
And because we had the name Warroom from the old warehouse, we decided. Well, he told me, you know what, bro, let's open up like a proper trading company. I have the skill set. He has the skill set. Let's open up a company called FxWarroom. Let's do this thing together and actually teach people how to trade.
Yeah. All right.
So that's how the actual start of FxWarroom happened.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
I think we'll come back to your comeback story from when you lost everything. And on your side, man, from basically flipping the small amounts to 10Ks, you know, how did your journey go once you found out that, you know, he was in losses? How did you guys collaborate and start this company where did you guys build it together? How was that journey like for you?
Yeah, bro.
He didn't know I was in losses.
Yeah. I didn't know at the time. So basically, from prior when he had his company and when he was actually trading big accounts and stuff, and he could, because I was intrigued by what he used to do, I used to send him screenshots to show him that, you know, I can also trade.
Yeah.
I learned it on my own now, you know, because he's my friend. Like, you know, it was just. I was just proud of myself, and I wanted to show him that I know what I'm doing now, you know.
Yeah.
So when I actually did show him all of those trades and stuff, there wasn't any, basically at the time, there wasn't any idea of opening up a company or anything. Like, I just wanted to show him what I know. I didn't even know that he was in the situation that he was in.
Yeah.
So what had happened was that didn't go on for too long. So I was flipping those small accounts, but it was because I knew a specific style that at the time, and eventually, like, I started losing a few trades, you know. And you see, for me, that had to work. It had to work because I know if Forex does not work for me, I mean, shit. Because as I spoke about my previous job that I have no qualifications.
Yeah.
I had no money to actually further my education or study or anything like that. Forex had to work. So when I saw it working with those 500 rands, I thought, there's it, bro. Yo, you know, the money is here. But you see, they always say that when you start trading as a beginner, you have beginner's luck.
Yeah.
Beginner's luck. You make your money quick because you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
The more you know about Forex, the more you will lose, because I feel too much information messes your mind up.
True.
Yeah.
It's easier to teach a new trader that comes in. If someone is completely new out of Forex completely, and they come towards you and they say, you know what, can you teach me or mentor me? It's easier for them to become profitable traders because we already paid school fees.
Yeah.
We know what caused the losses. We spent the money is gone. We blew multiple accounts. So what we're teaching you is how to prevent that from happening. Because I've blown a lot of accounts, bro. But from blowing those accounts, I've learned something, and now I can teach it to my students.
Yeah.
So basically, at the beginning, for me, not knowing a lot, it was all right. But you see, I was trading at the time when the market was trending.
Oh, yeah.
So for me, it was easy. I look at the market is dropping down. I'm just continuing. I'm buying up. But I got to a point where I lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I lost a lot of money.
When market cycle changes. So he was the type of trader. So he's trading 500 rand accounts. He's looking for a high point. He's catching the high point. He's catching the trend, and he's scaling in and making money. Then when the market cycle changes and it starts ranging, he was getting cooked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So at that time, when he was getting cooked and I was getting going through my bad patch, out of pride now, I'm not telling him I'm suffering. He's not telling me
That
he's
you get
suffering. But we're meeting up and we're like, bragging about our trades and stuff. So I had that little bit of money when I left the warehouse, and I was trying to, we had a WhatsApp group. We call it, when I close every time, we call it the FxWarroom. It's just a WhatsApp group, myself, Dre, and a few guys.
A few friends, yeah.
Yeah.
A few friends.
So we were trading in there. So we were planning on opening up a Forex company and stuff. But I had that money. And as we were doing it, in over like a 6-month period, I lost all my money.
Oof. The loss you had.
Yeah, imagine we started FxWarroom. I had money, and obviously Dre always had money. He was doing well, right? But I had money, and then people were seeing me trading these big accounts. And then when that other small warehouse closed down, my psychology changed, and I was scared to lose money. And then when I was trading, I was losing, and my money was depleting. Got to a point where now I'm embarrassed, and I don't know what to do, because how can I be a Forex mentor, or I have this Forex company, I have all the skill set, but I'm not understanding psychology at the time. And I lost all this money, and I can't tell anybody.
And there's people who look up to you as well.
People are looking up to me. I have students. I have an office in the background where I'm mentoring students that are making more money than me. And I can't tell them that, and I'm trying to keep this facade where I know I have the skill set. So it's just a matter of time before I can make the money back. So I'm trying to keep this secret, and I'm not telling anybody anything. And, I used to trade full margin with all these other brokers.
Yeah.
So I came across this specific broker that launched a micro account. They launched a micro account, a 200% micro account, a bonus micro account. And we traded one of the news events with it, and we put like just 500 rand to test it. And the margin cost was 4 cents.
Yeah.
So when you over leveraged on that account, because the margin cost was so cheap and you had the bonus, you could really multiply your money. You could like maybe 50x your money. So the first time I traded that account and I saw how much money I could make from it, where I pressed so many positions, it didn't say not enough money. And
Just let you open
It
it.
just let me open, bro. And then when that happened, I picked up the phone and I told Jay, hey, Jay, you know what? I should trade news like this before. I found a new broker. There's an opportunity for us to make some real money over here.
Yeah.
So he didn't trade news like how I traded news. He used to just open a few trades and let it run throughout the day. He was like a you
Day
can say-
trader.
Yes, a semi-swing trader, like, you know. So I told him for NFP, you know what? Let's both fund 5K each. Or I told him let's fund money together. We'll trade this account. He said, okay, let's fund 5K. At the time, I didn't even have 5K, and I can't tell him I don't have 5K.
And no one knows that you
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
have 5K.
So I'm like loading 100 accounts, 200 accounts, and I know NFP is coming up. So I'm scalping and I'm making money and I'm not paying any bills or not doing anything, and I'm trying to make that 5K just so I don't embarrass myself to tell Jay I don't have 5K to fund. And then I made the 5K and I put 5K, he takes 5K, we put it together, we load this micro account and we trade NFP.
Mm.
And we go full margin on this 10K, bro. And the 10K goes to 100K.
100. That's the comeback trade now.
That's the comeback trade. That's the trade where like the morale in the house changed. I was like, listen, we're back on track.
Mm.
This is what the war room is all about, abusing brokers. This is a comeback trade. And I don't think you never made a trade that big before.
Mm-mm.
Dre, in fact, we loaded the money onto his phone and he was taking the trade. I was making the video and it spiked into first it went into 60 grand profit.
Yeah. What were you guys trading?
We were trading gold.
All right.
Right. The specific account, it had the cheap margin cost on gold. You couldn't trade like US 30 or NASDAQ or anything. It was gold. So we had it down to a science. We know we loaded 10 grand. We know the margin cost. We divided the funded amount by the margin cost. So we know how many lots we can open for 500 positions. We used to take a stopwatch on a demo account and we used to time ourselves how long it takes us to open 500 positions. So if it takes 2 minutes, we know, okay, as soon as it hits 28, we need to start opening because it's going to allow us to open the 500 positions. Once we open the 500 positions,
500
500 positions.
0.01.
No,
Whatever lot.
Listen.
Max positions is 500.
Listen, you remember I was telling you about that guy Arad Singh that taught me how to trade fundamental trading.
Yeah.
So you take your balance and then you have your margin cost on the trade. So you need to take your balance and divide it by the margin cost for 500 positions. So for 500 positions what lot size you need to open. So to use the maximum free margin that's available.
Okay.
You take your free margin divided by 500. You open all those trades. Open the 500 trades, so you use maximum of the account. You're going full margin. And then when it went into profits, it went to 60 grand profits. And the account froze. The account froze and we were trying to close the trades and it's not closing. And we were trying to connect to the Wi-Fi. Huh?
Yeah.
We were trying to connect to the Wi-Fi, putting the aeroplane mode on and off, and this thing is fluctuating 70 grand, 60 grand, 40 grand, 30 grand, 70 grand.
Oof.
And we're trying to close this trade. Eventually, when you click close, it started closing slowly, and the balance kept on going up. And it's screaming 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. It took a while to close everything, and it closed at 100,000.
100K. So that's...
Imagine 100K, bro. And that is like a lifeline for me. I had no money. I had no money. That 50 grand or my share 50 grand was like a lifeline for me.
Damn.
For that period in time now, I took the 50 grand. I paid off all the things that I needed to pay off. I paid a little bit extra money for school fees so I have some time. I'm buying myself time because I know now we got a chance to make serious money.
Okay. On your side, how was that experience, Trey? On your side, how was that trade for you?
You see, bro, honestly, with what he's saying is a lot of people wonder why are you calculating 500 positions?
Right.
Give
them the secret.
Why are you opening 500 positions when you can just open a position that's max your margin?
All right. Why?
So The broker that we were trading with at the time had a problem that they did not know that they had.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with this broker, what had happened was it was a micro 200% bonus account. With that broker, whatever lot you're opening, it takes about, say, a second.
1 second.
1 second for it to close,
One position.
to blow. So if you're calculating 500 positions, if you're opening multiple before news events, say NFP, CPI, PPI, it's taking a second for each position to close
Before the account close.
before
Yeah.
the account
So
closes.
let's say the
you're
account
doing
starts closing.
500 accounts.
500 trades, yeah.
500 trades.
Yeah, 500 trades. How long is it taking for the account to blow?
8 minutes.
So what we would do was, just say you fund a small account, 2,000 Rand or even 5,000 Rand, right? You can open your max amount, even if it starts blowing a minute before NFP, your account will still survive and it'll push into profit. Or sometimes even if you're getting a double spike, whether it's going up or down, just say your account, you're in a buy and it sells down. For 8 minutes, if your account does not blow, when it turns around, you still go into profit.
Bro, our
Damn.
account used to go minus 70,000. It never used to blow.
Yeah.
Negative 70.
Negative. Bro, we'll enter a trade.
I have those
It'll-
videos to prove it.
Listen.
Listen.
No wonder why you guys were getting
Listen.
blocked.
No, this broker wasn't blocking us. So listen, so they didn't know they had this problem. So it used to go minus 70,000. It never used to blow, and market used to turn. When it turns up, it starts going into profits.
Yeah.
And as it's going into profit, it used to blow, but it's taking one second a trade. So you got 8 minutes to handle that 70,000 and drawdown,
Yeah.
and then eventually it'll turn around. It'll go in 70,000 and profit. It'll be close. This is the infinite money glitch. Dre and I were over the moon, bro.
Yeah.
We when I mean we milked it,
Yeah, we made a lot of money
We
with that
milked
broker.
it.
eh?
Yeah, man.
and then
Lot.
that was like a lifeline because imagine having no money and then you're finding this broker and you're abusing this specific thing, right? I'm being honest.
Yeah.
right? This is our journey. This is how we fucking did it, and we loaded. I think it was NFP. So that 50 grand we used it and stuff, and then my wife had a teaching job, so she said, "Listen, I'm gonna get paid the salary. You guys have this broker. We're gonna abuse this broker. Instead of taking the salary and paying off any debts or paying this and paying that, let's just wait, because NFP is the first week. Let's
Right.
just take this thing and risk it. If it blows, it blows. We'll just suffer for 1 month and then we'll try again some other time."
Yeah.
So we take this 8 grand. In fact, I was trading with Dre. I was trading my own account, smaller account. Dre was trading his smaller account, and then my wife was there, and she took a salary and she put it into this micro account. It was
The
8,000.
entire salary.
Entire salary.
Risk it all.
Yeah, risk it all, bro. If you think about it, if you try and, I mean, such a deep hole here that if I don't do something, I'm gonna lose everything. Eventually, the banks, they're already taking my vehicles away. I had 7 vehicles. They already started taking all my vehicles away. I'm hiding my other vehicles so they don't repossess it. I'm quickly changing ownership of the vehicle so they don't take it. That's
Yeah.
how bad it was.
Damn.
So we had to do something. We took the 8 grand, we put it in there, we go full margin. That trade goes into 100 and something thousand and profit. This was October 2023.
You'll never forget the day.
I'll never forget it, bro. I even have it. We have the recordings. Even in our Telegram group, the proof is there.
Yeah.
That first trade went into 100 and something thousand and profit. That was the NFP. We took a 20 grand from there. We said, okay, next week is PPI and CPI. If we can replicate this again, we won the lotto here, right?
Yeah.
So we hit CPI, the trade also, 150 grand. We hit PPI again. And as soon as I'm hitting these trades, I'm like withdrawing 100,000, 100,000, 100,000, 100,000.
Yeah.
And normally it comes into your account like 2 days later, 4 days later. So on my trading history, it's just saying pending. But nothing's coming in. And I'm bragging on social media. I'm making 100,000, 150,000.
Yeah.
I'm taking screenshots. These are all my withdrawals, pending withdrawals, 500K.
Damn.
Right. And nothing's happening, bro. Nothing's coming in. Eventually, it got to a point where, like, we traded those 3 news events. We made the 500K. Time went by. Nothing's coming into the bank account.
Oh.
I phoned the account manager. I'm like, listen, we did these trades. These are all the screenshots. These are all the withdrawals we're making.
Yeah.
What's the story with the... Why is it not getting approved? And then they turn around and say, no, your account is under investigation.
Damn.
So now my world turns upside down because I'm like broke again. I'm already planning how I'm going to spend all this money.
True.
What car I'm going to buy. You know, things like that.
Yeah, the comeback,
We're
bro.
back on top. And then we go under investigation. And at the time, we were running an IB with that specific broker that were under us. They put them all under investigation as well.
As well.
Yeah. Like Dre had money in there. His account got frozen. Right?
So you guys basically had the same trading style.
Trading style. Yeah. The way I was trading full margin, I taught him how to trade like that. And that's like our main way of trading.
Yeah.
So everyone on the IB got
Frozen.
and now I can't tell people that because of me all your money is frozen, you know. And I'm going back and forth and fighting with the broker, trying to get this withdrawal made. And I'm going through all the emails with them. I'm taking screenshots of the emails. I'm informing all the clients. It was like a 3-month process. They asked for bank statements to see whether we're hedging. They asked for IP addresses. They asked for so many things that they're not even supposed to ask for.
True.
They did everything possible to try and not pay us this money.
Because of the way you were making that money.
Imagine taking 8K to 500K in 3 trades. And then they didn't want to pay us the money. And this happened over like a 3-month process. You send them an email, they don't reply to you. They take long to reply. Eventually, they say, no, send us your bank statement, 3 months bank statement. Then you email them, you send them the 3 months bank statement. 2-3 weeks go by, then they another email. So it's going over like a 3-month period. And then eventually in January, Dre gets an email. It was like midnight, huh? Tell them what happened.
Email came through. It said withdrawal approved.
On his
From
side.
3 months
On his
ago
side.
now.
I placed
on
the
his
withdrawal
side.
3 months ago.
And
It said withdrawal approved. So I open my phone, I see this withdrawal. Look at it, I say, you know what? If my withdrawal got approved, that means there's 500,000 there sitting, it's coming. So I phone Jay and I say, bro, you checked your emails? He says, no, for what? I said, just check your emails. He says, Dre, it's late. For what? I said, just check your emails. I want to see something. He goes there, he says, bro,
withdrawal
What?
approved.
bro, 500,000 rand. I said, okay, right. We're in the right direction, yeah.
Yeah. And this is 2023 going into
2023.
Yeah. So there was 500,000 approved there. All our clients got paid out as well as myself.
So we
And
got paid out in January.
one bad thing was
2024.
the broker said,
Yeah.
unfortunately, we
So-
are going to pay you out, but unfortunately, your business that you have with us will be terminated.
terminal.
So we like,
Damn.
And then,
okay.
and then when they paid me out, they sent this entire letter and stuff. They said they're gonna pay me out, but when they paid me out, they only paid me out 8 grand.
8.
Yeah. So I thought, hey, fuck, you know what? They're paying us out, but they're only paying us the initial investment.
What happens to the profits
What
now?
happens to the profits?
Yeah.
And I'm fighting with them. I'm like, listen, you said you're gonna pay me out.
Mm.
Pull out a report. What's the story? Then they said, then on the WhatsApp chat, they said, no, we paid you out your 8K. These are all the following payments that are coming.
Oh, okay.
And next day you just saw 100 grand, 150 grand, 60 grand, 90 grand. They paid like part payments.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm taking screenshots. I'm sending to Dre. I'm like, bro, we're rich.
Gents.
Bro, we're rich, bro.
Yeah, you guys need to describe the feeling because most traders, are still unprofitable. Most traders are still in a stage where some of them haven't even seen their first withdrawal. So
Yeah.
after some of those challenges, man, describe the feeling of, getting that final breakthrough of, the sort of money you traded for and finally getting paid out. How is that feeling, gent?
Bro, you cannot describe it. Like, it feels surreal. Like it was a dream at that moment because imagine being at your, bro, you don't understand how bad it was for me. I was at a point where my wife was applying for jobs overseas to teach English because I didn't have money to pay school fees for my kids in South Africa. So we were trying to get job opportunities for her to go overseas. So we get home allowance, child fare, school fees allowance and things. And I wanted to give up on trading. I was literally taking on job opportunities with my wife to leave this country and go overseas because I was f***ed, bro. And then this 500K falls onto my lap. Imagine that feeling. That changed everything for us. And we used, like, even though that 500K came into my lap like that, from past experience, having money and then losing everything, and then I knew if I have this money, I might, there's an opportunity or there's a chance that I might lose it again. So initially, I didn't know what to do with it, and my wife knew I had this money as well, and her mind also was working. She's like, we've been struggling for so long. Let's go on a holiday. Let's do this. Let's do that. And then I knew I'm gonna fall back into my bad habits.
Yeah.
So at that time when we got the money, I didn't even tell my wife. I didn't tell anybody. I just took the money and I EFT'd my mother 500K. And when I EFT'd my mother 500K, immediately she phoned me. She's like, "Son, where you got this money from? Did you take a loan?" Like,
Yeah.
she was worried also, like, where did all this money come from? I was like, no, you know what? Dre and I traded news. We made this money from trading. I just want you to keep it for me for a while till I get my mental state right and I decide what I want to do. So I told her, just put in a fixed deposit so I don't have access to it.
Yeah.
But I didn't put the whole 500K there. I put a little bit in Bitcoin, the rest in a fixed deposit, and I told her, give me 50 grand. I'll survive with 50 grand.
Damn.
So now my trading psychology changed because now, even though I got 50 grand to trade with, I know in the back of my mind I got 450,000 and sitting behind me. So even if I blow this 50 grand, it's fine.
Yeah.
So I had that 50 grand. Dre was bringing his money, and we just, even though we got banned from the broker, same story. Open the brokers, my mother's name, my sister's name, whatever, and we milking this broker for like 1 year, bro.
Nice, man. So I can see that now you're learning
Bro,
money
that's
management.
so bad. Listen. I'm the type of person where, yes, I was milking the broker, but behind us here, we have a whole audience here. We're doing this live podcast.
Yeah.
My students are here that eventually we turned into signal providers and mentors.
Yeah.
They were also with us, trading the same broker, milking the broker with us. Everybody that was under my IB, right, guys, this is the broker. This is what we're doing. Everybody's making money.
Damn,
We're
bro.
milking it. People were making dough, bro.
So were you guys
serious money, not even f***ing around with serious money, bro.
Damn, that's crazy. So
Yeah.
like, were you guys mainly trading news events?
We are known for news events.
So that's your main
FxWarroom-
trading style.
FxWarroom is known for news events. People love us for NFP signals, CPI signals, PPI signals. That's what we're all about. We even have a news event robot now. We have a fundamental robot that trades only news events, nothing else, and it gives you the signal for the news event 1 day in advance. So if you have the robot, load it on your laptop, it analyzes the market. It'll tell you NFP is trading at this date, at this time, and buy gold.
Yeah. Nah, man, that's crazy, bro. Imagine all your students eating. Like, what are some of the results that you guys have seen from your students,
Bro, people were taking 5K to 50K. And imagine...
And we even have one of the students.
This guy, I don't know if you can put him on camera, but this guy, this was one of my students. He's youngest student that I have. I think now he's 21, but at the time he was like 19. And when he was trading, he has zero fear, bro. This guy has zero fear. And he made 800K in 3 months. He made more money than me.
Yeah.
Imagine your student making more money than...
And this is 3 months into his journey, or...
From September, in 3-month period, he was a profitable trader from me mentoring him and telling him exactly how to trade. And he ended up making more money than me.
Nah, man, that's great. So FxWarroom.
And now he's one of the main guys. He's a mentor. Imagine, look at us now. We're in Joburg. We have a podcast. We have a KZN office in a trading office in Kwaduguza. We have a trading office in Johannesburg, which we're launching. We have a trading office in Cape Town, which we launched last year. So in a matter of short space of time, we used our money, we invested it into our business. We moved over from a South African broker to an international broker, and we really scaled up our business extremely fast.
Yeah.
Within 7 months, we became Firm's biggest affiliates.
Nice.
Imagine that. Like, Forex is such a wild ride, bro. Your life can change instantly. Yeah.
Nah, man. So, on your side, I just want to find out before we get to wrapping up, how is that feeling of just finally having that breakthrough, man, in your trading, and just finally seeing the fruits of your hard labor, throughout all the ups and downs?
It's crazy, bro. It really is, because, I mean, with Forex, there's nothing like it on this planet, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm serious. You can study for 7 years to get your law degree, your doctor's degree. You can go and study engineering. You can call yourself a big civil engineer, whatever the case, whatever you want to do.
And there's nothing wrong with that as well. Just the disclaimer.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that. It just takes time. But we also need those people. Like, we wouldn't be able to survive without those people. But I mean, if you look at a simple thing, if I want to, I can wake up in the morning and say, you know what, once you learn the skill, of course, of trading, I can wake up in the morning and just type on Google, how much does a lawyer earn? If a lawyer earns 70,000 Rand a month, I can say, okay, let me try to earn 70,000 Rand a month. If I can do that, I earn the same amount as a lawyer.
Yeah.
And, it actually gives you the freedom, because if you ask yourself at the end of the day, what is a trader? A lot of people want to know, what's the difference between normal people that earn income and a trader. I would say a trader, obviously a trader sacrifices money for freedom. But with every other normal person out there, they sacrificing their freedom for money. So if you look at a simple thing like a year, 1 year, you get 52 weekends in a year. So you get 52 chances, or 52 times in a whole year for you just to have a break. And normally a lifespan of a person is what? Between averages around, let's say 50, if you're lucky, 60, depending on how healthy you are.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're looking at the time you have free for yourself, it's not much. So what are you working for if you can't enjoy what you're actually working for? But with Forex, I can make what a person is earning for the whole month. I can make it in a day. But it depends on the skill that you're actually learning from Forex. So I feel that's a key. It's actually something everyone should actually learn how to do, because it's a skill that no one can take away from you.
Yeah.
Once you know how to trade, it's something you can pass on to your children and generations thereafter, and they can make money no matter what the circumstance is. So I believe Forex will always be the future. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And going back to that part, also, we left out a part of our story, You remember I was telling you that Mashaya was teaching us or mentoring me back then.
Oh, yes.
So at the time when we were struggling, I reached out to him and I explained to him, we're struggling and this and that. And he helped us develop a specific strategy which we named the Holy Grail strategy. It's a time-based strategy. And when that other broker banned everybody or stopped or banned that specific trading account, we had to go back to our roots and become profitable traders using a specific strategy. So that strategy, we really built our company around it, and we have a strong community around the FxWarroom Holy Grail strategy.
Yeah.
So it's a time-based strategy which you trade Asia session, London session, New York session. And the reason why I like that strategy and the reason why it's easily teachable is because it's something that's repetitive. And it allows traders to do the same thing every day and hold themselves accountable, because now they can actually track their trades.
Yeah.
So if you can track your trades and have a budget and a trading plan, and the numbers make sense, the numbers make sense, it changes everything when it comes to forex. You know, a lot of people, they chase the skill set.
Yeah.
But when we teaching our students, we don't really chase the skill set. We have a specific strategy that we keep simple, and we chase the numbers. Because if the numbers make sense, then it fixes the psychology behind it.
Yeah.
Because imagine if you trade for 1 week and at the end of the week you're profitable, you can use those profits as wages, and then you just replicate the same thing for week 2,
Yeah.
or week 3, and week 4. So you either gonna have a week where you're gonna make a small loss, or a break-even week, or a profitable week.
Yeah.
So what FxWarroom is all about is teaching people to understand and see that, or try and help them make sense of the numbers. Once the numbers make sense, then the confidence is there to invest into your trading account and treat it like a business,
Yeah.
and take forex trading seriously, because a lot of people are out there gambling when it comes to forex. They're just winning, losing, up, down, and it's a cycle that you always hear
Yeah.
about. You know, it's people are wasting 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. It just doesn't make sense. But once the numbers make sense, you'll be a profitable trader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, awesome, gents. I think we've had a beautiful episode. There's still a lot more we can talk about
Yeah.
regarding like forex and the ins and outs of the industry. There's so many things we can cover, but I think we had a beautiful time. Just learning about your journey, and hopefully, in the future, you guys can come again so we can discuss
most
more
definitely.
things.
Yeah.
But before we wrap up, I just want to find out from each of you, quickly, just take the people through personally your day in the life of a trader, what you do, what your ideal trading day looks like, from when you wake up till you end your trading day. So I think we can start with you.
Sure, bro. So basically, in terms of my lifestyle and the way I look at trading is, prior to when I first started trading, I used to sit on the charts the whole day, just stay like a 9 to 5, just selling, buying, selling, whatever the case may be. But I feel currently, if you're a new trader, once you learn the skill, you look for a specific time, specific setup that you're looking for. One trade a day. Too much trading will result in losses, a lot of losses. So basically, I think the best thing to do would once you learn your skill, you don't have to become a slave to the charts and trade every single day. That's the worst mistake you could ever make in your life. Once you find a setup, basically, and everything is matching, that's when you jump in. You can even take one trade a week and you can still make more money than
Someone who's there for hours.
exactly, brother. So I just say it's just time and patience. That's all you need. Yeah.
That's 100% true. What he's saying is 100% true. The more you expose yourself to the market, the more you're exposing yourself to risk. I promise you, the less you trade, the more profitable you'll be.
All right.
So even like in my day, I like to trade pre-London. So I just trade like maybe once a day, sometimes maybe 3 times a week max. And I'll make my money in the morning, and then the rest of the day is free. I either do mentorship lessons, I have clients coming over to our office. We do live classroom sessions where a group of people come through and we teach them how to trade in person.
Yeah.
So majority of my time, that's my passion. I feel like I'm a relatable. That's why students feel like I'm a good mentor to them, because I can relate to where they are. I've been at rock bottom, and I know if the numbers make sense, you can get out of it. So I help people see that, and there's a lot of joy that comes from it, and passion, because imagine seeing somebody that's struggling, and then you teach them a specific skill set, and it changes their lives. Some people actually break down into tears and stuff because they realize that they've been wasting their time for so long, and just doing something simple like this here completely changed their lives. Like I have a couple that husband and wife. One was a chartered accountant, one was running automotive warehouse for
Yeah.
spares, and they had a child, and they were really emotional about it because every morning she had to go to work and he had to go to work, and they used to leave the child with whoever they needed to leave the child with. And I took them on as students, and within 3 to 4 months we got them onto the right track. Once the numbers made sense, I didn't advise them to do this. I actually advised them not to do this, but they both left their jobs at the same time, bro.
Yeah.
And we actually did a podcast with them. You guys can watch that episode and see. It's really inspirational. And both of them are actually making more money now from their trading than when they had their jobs. And the main thing for them that really got them emotional is the time that they get to spend with their child. Because
Yeah.
that's what we do this for. There's no
Freedom.
freedom of time. That's why it's also important to trade a time-based strategy, because you can't be sitting at the charts the whole day. What's the point in doing it? Because then you're like a slave to the chart.
Yeah. Now the charts are basically your 9 to 5.
Exactly. So you got to change that mindset and choose a specific time slot. Put all your time and effort into that one trade. Make it count, and have freedom of time, and spend time with your families. Go on holidays. Do cool shit with your boys, like what we're doing
Nice.
right now. Enjoy your life. Enjoy the journey. This is the best job in the world. It's something that we got the skill set. If we want, we can move our entire setup to Dubai, because we can do the same thing anywhere in the world remotely.
Nice.
It's complete freedom, not just financial freedom. It's freedom of time, freedom of location. It has unlimited potential.
Potential. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But
Beautiful.
before we end, I have a question for you. What is Forex trading?
Ashtray. Hey, kids. It was nice having you on the podcast. It was really refreshing hearing a different perspective. I'm sure the audience and subscribers really love hearing different stories, and this is what it's all about. So, gents, thank you for inviting us once again. I know we've been talking since last year, trying to organize this, but I'm glad that we all made it happen. Shout out to the guys behind. Huh?
Yeah,
Man, it almost didn't happen, but yeah, man, I like the energy. Shout out to the crowd at the back. Shout out to everyone
Round of
behind the
applause,
cameras.
guys.
And
Thank you
just
for
a
having us,
beautiful
bro. Thank you for having
episode,
us.
man.
Man.
Yeah.
And yeah, guys, that's a wrap from us, Traders Room South Africa. Gents, do you quickly want to mention your social media handles and YouTube channel? But I will link everything down below.
So our YouTube channel, we have one YouTube channel. It's FxWarroom Talk Podcast 101. And then my social media handle on TikTok, I'm big on TikTok, is FxWarroom, and FxWarroom on Instagram.
All right.
Yeah. I'm Andre Valley 7 Instagram. That's it, eh?
That's it. All right, guys, that's the end of the episode. Have a good and profitable week, traders. And I'll see you in the next episode.